Have you ever wondered why some women effortlessly command attention while others struggle to make a lasting impression? In a world where meaningful connections feel rare and fleeting, the way we talk to men holds the power to transform the dynamic entirely. Are you tired of small talk that goes nowhere? Or feeling like your words aren't resonating with the men you meet? Here's the truth. Most advice out there misses the mark because it focuses on surface-level tips that don't tap into what truly captivates men. Imagine for a moment that you could master the art of conversation, not by being someone you're not, but by stepping fully into your authentic, high-value self. What if you could speak in a way that exudes confidence, draws him closer, and leaves him wanting more? This isn't about memorizing lines or playing mind games. It's about embracing the principles of Dark Stoic Psychology and Stoicism to create an irresistible presence that speaks volumes even in silence. Today I'm revealing 10 transformative ways high-value women communicate with men, ways that will make them respect, admire, and cherish you like never before. These aren't just conversation tips, they're principles that will shift your mindset and elevate every interaction. By the end of this, you'll be equipped to hold your ground, charm with ease, and connect on a level that few ever reach. Are you ready to discover how to speak with calm, confident power? Let's dive in. 1. Confidence without ego. Confidence. It's the ultimate game changer in any conversation. But here's where so many women get it wrong. They mistake confidence for arrogance, thinking they need to dominate the interaction or showcase their accomplishments to be admired. The truth: men are drawn to women who radiate quiet, authentic confidence. It's the kind of energy that whispers, "I know who I am, and I don't need to prove it." Have you ever found yourself tempted to list your achievements or over-explain your worth in an attempt to impress someone? Stop right there. High-value women understand that true confidence isn't about loud proclamations. It's about subtle, unshakable self-assurance. The kind that says, "I'm comfortable in my skin, and I don't need external validation to know my value." Picture this. You're on a date, and he asks about your career. Instead of launching into a long-winded explanation, you smile and say, "I love what I do because it allows me to grow and challenge myself." Then, shift the focus back to him with a thoughtful question like, "What's something about your work that inspires you?" This effortless balance between self-assuredness and curiosity leaves him intrigued and wanting more. What makes this so powerful is that you're not trying to outshine him. Instead, you're showing that you're grounded and secure in your own identity. Men respect and admire women who bring this kind of energy into conversations because it sets the stage for mutual respect. You're not competing for dominance, you're inviting a connection that's rooted in authenticity. But confidence without ego also means knowing when to let silence speak for itself. Too often we feel pressured to fill every pause in conversation, fearing that silence might make us seem boring or uninterested. Yet, silence, when used intentionally, can be one of the most seductive tools in your arsenal. It's in those moments of quiet that your calm energy truly shines, creating space for curiosity and anticipation to build. So, how do you cultivate this kind of confidence? Start by grounding yourself in your own worth before the conversation even begins. Practice self-affirmation and remind yourself that you don't need to win anyone over. Your value isn't something you need to defend or explain, it simply is. The next time you're in a conversation, experiment with letting your actions and demeanor speak louder than words. Stand tall, make deliberate movements, and maintain unwavering eye contact. This combination of poise and presence communicates a level of confidence that words alone never could. Confidence without ego isn't about what you say, it's about how you say it. When you approach conversations with this calm, self-assured energy, you become magnetic. He won't just notice you, he'll remember you. And isn't that what we all want? Ready to elevate your presence and leave a lasting impression? Stay tuned for the next principle, where we'll explore the transformative power of active listening, a skill that will not only captivate him but also deepen your connection in ways you never thought possible. 2. Active listening and presence. Let's talk about one of the most underrated yet powerful ways to captivate a man: truly listening to him. Not just hearing his words, but being fully present and engaged in the conversation. In a world where distractions are everywhere, smartphones buzzing, endless notifications, and everyone rushing to share their next thought, how often do we truly give someone our undivided attention? Here's the secret. High-value women stand out because they know how to make a man feel seen and heard. And believe me, men notice when a woman is genuinely interested in what they're saying. Active listening isn't just about nodding politely or waiting for your turn to speak. It's about creating a space where he feels safe to open up, where his words matter. Have you ever caught yourself drifting off in a conversation, mentally preparing your next response instead of soaking in what's being said? It's a habit most of us have, but it's also one of the biggest barriers to real connection. High-value women break through this noise by practicing deep, intentional listening. When you listen like this, you're not just hearing words, you're picking up on his emotions, his energy, and the subtle nuances that most people miss. So how do you master this art? Start by putting your phone away and giving him your full attention. Maintain steady eye contact, not in an intense, unblinking way, but with warmth and curiosity. Nod slightly to show you're engaged, and follow up with thoughtful questions that dive deeper into what he's sharing. For example, if he tells you about a recent challenge at work, instead of jumping in with advice, ask, what was the biggest lesson you took away from that? This not only shows you're listening, but also invites him to share more of his thoughts and feelings. Here's where Dark Stoic Psychology comes into play. Active listening isn't just about making him feel heard, it's also about maintaining your own composure and balance. As you engage, resist the urge to interrupt or react emotionally. By staying calm and grounded, principles rooted in Stoicism, you create an environment of trust and respect. He'll feel drawn to your presence because it radiates a quiet strength that's rare and magnetic. What's fascinating is how rare this kind of attention truly is. Most conversations are a tug of war, with each person trying to pull the spotlight back onto themselves. When you flip the script and focus entirely on him, you create a powerful contrast. He'll feel valued in a way that most people never make him feel. And that, my friend, is unforgettable. Think about it. When was the last time you felt truly listened to? How did it make you feel? That same feeling of being understood is what you're gifting him when you actively listen. It's not just about building a connection, it's about leaving an impression that lingers long after the conversation ends. Now, I want you to reflect on this. Have you been truly present in your recent conversations, or have distractions and habits gotten in the way? Drop a comment below and share your thoughts. I'd love to hear your take on this. And if this resonates with you so far, don't forget to hit that like button to let me know you're finding these insights valuable. As we move forward, the next principle is a natural extension of this one. It's about speaking with purpose, choosing your words thoughtfully, and letting silence work for you. Trust me, you won't want to miss it. Let's keep building this journey together. 3. Calm confidence in emotional situations. Imagine this. You're in the middle of an intense conversation with a man. Maybe it's a debate, maybe it's a misunderstanding, or perhaps it's just one of those moments where emotions are running high. What do? Most people panic, they react impulsively, their words rush out, and the energy shifts to chaos. But not you. As a high-value woman, you understand the power of calm confidence. This principle is a game changer because men are naturally drawn to women who can maintain composure in emotionally charged situations. It's not about suppressing your feelings or being emotionless. It's about channeling those emotions in a way that communicates strength, control, and grace. Think about it. Who do you admire more in a storm? the person who panics or the one who calmly navigates through it. Men feel the same way. Calmness signals emotional resilience, a quality they instinctively respect and gravitate toward. High-value women don't let the heat of the moment dictate their actions. They've mastered the art of pausing, breathing, and choosing their response with intention. It's about resisting the urge to defend yourself immediately or lash out when things don't go your way. Instead, you take a beat, gather your thoughts, and respond from a place of clarity and confidence. Here's an example. Imagine he makes a comment that could easily offend or irritate you. Most people might snap back or shut down, but you take a different approach. Instead of reacting emotionally, you smile, pause, and say, "That's an interesting perspective. Why do you feel that way?" This shifts the tone of the conversation entirely. Suddenly, instead of engaging in conflict, you're inviting him to explain himself, showing that you're in control of your emotions and genuinely curious about his point of view. This ability to remain calm doesn't just diffuse tension, it changes how he sees you. Men admire women who can hold their own under pressure, who don't let drama dictate their behavior. This ties into the principles of Stoicism. Emotional control is not about ignoring feelings but mastering how you express them. When you stay composed, you communicate that you're not only confident in yourself, but also someone he can trust to handle life's ups and downs with grace. But let's take this a step further. Calm confidence in emotional situations isn't just about reacting gracefully, it's also about creating emotional safety for him. Yes, men need emotional safety too. When you show that you can navigate challenging conversations without spiraling into chaos, you become someone he feels comfortable opening up to. He doesn't have to walk on eggshells around you or fear your reactions. Instead, he knows you'll meet him with understanding and calm energy, even in the tough moments. Building this skill takes practice. The next time you feel a surge of frustration or defensiveness rising within you, try this. Pause, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, what's the outcome I want from this conversation? This simple question shifts your focus from reacting to resolving, allowing you to approach the situation with clarity and intention. By embodying calm confidence, you not only command respect but also invite deeper connections. Men notice and deeply appreciate a woman who doesn't let emotions overpower her ability to engage thoughtfully. This isn't about suppressing your feelings or pretending to be unbothered. It's about owning your emotional landscape and navigating it with strength. Now that you've mastered the art of staying calm under pressure, what comes next? In the following principle, we'll dive into how to use your words sparingly and purposefully to captivate his attention. Sometimes, it's not what you say, but how you say it that leaves the strongest impression. Let's continue this journey into the art of high-value communication. 4. Speaking with purpose. Have you ever noticed how the most captivating people aren't the ones who talk the most, but the ones who make every word count? High-value women understand that speaking with purpose is a skill that can completely transform the way men perceive them. It's not about being quiet or reserved, it's about knowing when to speak, what to say, and when to let silence carry the weight. In a world filled with noise, purposeful communication is magnetic. Men are accustomed to conversations overloaded with filler, words said to avoid awkward silences or to impress without substance. But when you approach conversations with intention, you stand out. Suddenly, your words carry weight because they're chosen with care. You don't just talk to fill the space, you speak to connect, to inspire, and to intrigue. Imagine this. You're at dinner, and instead of dominating the conversation with every detail of your day, you focus on asking him about his. When you do share something about yourself, it's thoughtful and meaningful. Instead of saying, "Work was fine," you might say, "I had an interesting moment today. It made me think about how I approach challenges." This kind of statement invites curiosity. It's purposeful because it not only reveals something about you but also opens the door for deeper discussion. Speaking with purpose also means embracing the power of silence. This might seem counterintuitive, but silence, when used correctly, communicates confidence. Think about it. Have you ever met someone who didn't rush to fill every pause, and how that made their presence feel calm and self-assured? That's the energy you're channeling here. When you resist the urge to over-explain or chatter nervously, you're telling him, "I'm comfortable with myself, and I don't need to seek approval through words." This approach ties into the principles of Dark Stoic Psychology. Purposeful speech, paired with stoicism, reflects emotional strength and self-awareness. You're not rushing to validate yourself through excessive talking. Instead, you're showing him that your value isn't dependent on how much you say. This quiet power is incredibly attractive because it's rare. Most people aren't comfortable with silence, but a high-value woman knows how to let it speak for her. Here's a practical example. Let's say he asks for your opinion on a topic. Instead of rushing to agree or provide an elaborate explanation, pause. Consider your response. Then offer something thoughtful like, "That's an interesting perspective. I think I'd approach it differently because..." This measured response shows that you're not just reacting, you're engaging with intention. The pause itself adds a layer of intrigue and confidence to your answer. Purposeful communication also extends to how you handle compliments or acknowledgements. When he tells you something flattering, resist the urge to deflect or downplay it. Instead, own it with grace. A simple "thank you, I really appreciate that" is far more powerful than nervously brushing it off or feeling the need to reciprocate immediately. This demonstrates that you're secure in your worth and can accept kindness without overthinking it. The key to speaking with purpose is understanding that less is often more. You don't need to overshare or over-explain to make an impact. In fact, the more thoughtful and concise your words, the more room you leave for connection and curiosity to grow. When you speak, do so with clarity, confidence, and intent, and watch how he leans in to listen. As you refine this skill, remember that the energy behind your words matters just as much as the words themselves. When you're calm, grounded, and intentional, your communication becomes a reflection of your inner confidence. It's not just about what you say, it's about how you make him feel in the process. With this foundation in place, we'll now explore how emotional detachment can further elevate your interactions. It's not about being distant, it's about understanding the power of balance and maintaining your own center, no matter what. Stay tuned as we dive deeper into this transformative principle. 5. The power of emotional detachment. Have you ever felt like you're giving too much of yourself too soon in a conversation or relationship? It's an all too common trap, and one that can leave you feeling drained or undervalued. High-value women, however, approach connections with emotional detachment, not because they don't care, but because they know the importance of staying grounded in their own worth. Let's clarify something. Emotional detachment isn't about being cold or indifferent. It's about maintaining your emotional independence, so you're not overly invested in the outcome of a single interaction. When you master this balance, you send a powerful message. I'm here because I want to be, not because I need to be. And trust me, men notice this. It creates an irresistible sense of confidence and self-possession that sets you apart. Picture this. You're texting with a man you're interested in. He takes longer to reply than usual, and you start overthinking, wondering what it means, whether you said something wrong or if he's losing interest. Instead of spiraling, you take a breath and remind yourself that his response, or lack thereof, doesn't define your worth. You focus on your life, your goals, and your passions, trusting that if the connection is right, it will unfold naturally. That's emotional detachment in action. The beauty of this approach lies in its ability to create balance. When you're not clinging to the need for validation, you allow space for curiosity and genuine connection to grow. Men are instinctively drawn to women who exude this kind of independence. Why? because it shows you're not looking for someone to complete you, you're already whole. Dark Stoic Psychology plays a key role here. Emotional detachment aligns with Stoicism, teaching you to value your inner peace above external circumstances. When you let go of the need for constant reassurance, you become unshakable. He'll feel that energy, and instead of pulling away, he'll lean in, intrigued by your ability to stay calm and collected in a world that often feels chaotic. But how do you practice emotional detachment without appearing uninterested? The key is balance. You can show care and warmth without sacrificing your independence. For instance, if he cancels plans, you might respond with, "No problem, let's find another time that works." This shows you're flexible and understanding, but it also communicates that his change of plans doesn't derail your sense of self. Another way to embody emotional detachment is by focusing on your own passions and goals. When you're deeply engaged in your life, you're naturally less reliant on external validation. Men admire this. They want to be part of your world, not the sole focus of it. By prioritizing your own growth and happiness, you create a dynamic where he feels inspired to pursue you, not out of obligation, but out of genuine admiration for who you are. Think about your recent interactions. Have you ever felt like you were over-instinct emotionally? How did that affect the dynamic? Share your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear how you've navigated these situations. And if this principle resonates with you, don't forget to hit that like button to let me know. Emotional detachment is one of the most empowering shifts you can make in your communication style. It frees you from the weight of overanalyzing and allows you to approach connections with authenticity and ease. Now that you've mastered the art of staying grounded, let's explore the next principle: how your body language can speak volumes before you even say a word. Trust me, this one is a game changer. 6. Body language that speaks confidence. Before you even utter a word, your body is already sending a message. It's no secret that non-verbal communication speaks louder than anything you could say. For high-value women, body language is a silent yet powerful tool, a way to exude confidence, composure, and intrigue without effort. Picture this: you walk into a room, your posture upright, your movements deliberate, and your gaze steady. You're not rushing or fidgeting, and there's no nervous energy trailing behind you. Even without saying a word, you've already made an impression. This is the essence of body language that commands attention, a trait that men find irresistible. Let's start with the basics. Your posture matters. Standing tall with your shoulders relaxed and your head held high communicates self-assurance. It tells the world, I'm comfortable in my skin. On the other hand, slouching or shrinking into yourself sends a message of insecurity, even if you don't mean to. Practicing good posture isn't just about looking confident, it's about feeling confident. The way you carry yourself directly affects your mindset, so make a habit of standing tall, even when no one's watching. Eye contact is another cornerstone of confident body language. A steady gaze signals interest, trust, and composure. When you meet his eyes and hold the moment, not too long, not too fleeting, you create a connection that words often can't replicate. But here's the secret. It's not just about looking at him, it's about the energy behind the look. A soft, warm gaze says, I'm present with you, while darting eyes or a fixed stare might communicate nervousness or intensity. Your movements also play a crucial role. High-value women move with intention, never rushing or fidgeting. Whether you're walking across a room, adjusting your hair, or reaching for a glass, every action should feel deliberate. Slow down. Take your time. This unhurried demeanor not only conveys calm confidence but also sets you apart in a world where most people are rushing through life. Even the way you sit speaks volumes. Crossing your legs at the knee, leaning slightly back, or placing your hands gently on your lap all signal relaxation and poise. Avoid folding your arms or fidgeting with your hands, as these can come across as closed off or anxious. Instead, practice open body language that invites connection. A relaxed, approachable posture makes it easier for him to engage with you. Here's an often overlooked detail: your breathing. When you're calm, your breath is steady and deep, which naturally slows your movements and creates an aura of ease. On the flip side, shallow or rapid breathing can make you appear tense, even if you're trying to seem composed. Before entering a conversation or social setting, take a moment to ground yourself with deep, intentional breaths. This simple practice has a profound effect on your overall presence. Dark Stoic Psychology reminds us of the importance of deliberate, composed actions. Your body language, when paired with stoicism, sends a message of emotional stability and self-control. You're showing him, without saying a word, that you're in command of your space and energy. This kind of presence is rare, and men can't help but be drawn to it. Finally, remember that subtle gestures can be just as impactful as grand movements. A soft smile, a slight tilt of your head, or a gentle touch on his arm during a conversation can create warmth and intimacy without overwhelming the interaction. These small cues show that you're engaged and approachable, adding depth to your confident exterior. Body language is your silent superpower. When you master it, you don't need to overcompensate with words or actions. Instead, you let your presence do the talking. As we move forward, the next principle will build on this foundation, diving into how emotional control allows you to navigate any situation with grace and strength. This is where your inner calm truly shines. Stay tuned. 7. Mastering emotional control. Emotions, they're at the heart of every connection, yet they're also the source of many misunderstandings. For high-value women, mastering emotional control isn't about suppressing feelings or pretending to be unbothered. It's about navigating emotions with grace and balance. It's about knowing when to lean into your feelings and when to step back, observe, and respond with intention. Think about it. How often do we let emotions take over, reacting impulsively in the heat of the moment? A hurried text, a sharp word, or an overreaction can shift the energy of a conversation in ways we didn't intend. High-value women, however, don't let emotions dictate their behavior. They understand the power of stepping into their own calm center, no matter the situation. Let's say you're in a heated discussion, and he says something that triggers you. Your instinct might be to defend yourself, explain your position, or even lash out. But here's where emotional control becomes your superpower. Instead of reacting, you pause. You take a breath, ground yourself, and ask, what's the best way to handle this moment? This pause, simple as it sounds, is transformative. It allows you to choose your response, rather than being swept away by the current of emotion. This approach aligns beautifully with Stoicism, which emphasizes the ability to remain composed in the face of chaos. High-value women practice this principle by focusing on what they can control: their reactions, their words, and their energy. They recognize that external events, no matter how frustrating or emotional, don't have to dictate their inner peace. This calm strength is magnetic because it creates stability, something men deeply admire and respect. But mastering emotional control isn't just about keeping your cool in conflict. It's also about how you handle the everyday ups and downs of communication. For instance, what do you do when he's distant, distracted, or even short-tempered? Instead of assuming the worst or internalizing his behavior, you observe. You give him space, trust in your connection, and respond with patience and understanding. This doesn't mean tolerating disrespect, but it does mean approaching situations from a place of calm curiosity rather than emotional reaction. Another powerful aspect of emotional control is recognizing when to detach from a situation that doesn't serve you. High-value women know when to walk away, not as a sign of defeat, but as an act of self-respect. They understand that their peace is more valuable than any argument or misunderstanding. This detachment isn't about apathy. It's about prioritizing your own well-being and trusting that the right connections will align naturally. Here's a practical exercise to build emotional control. The next time you feel your emotions rising, pause and count to 5 before responding. Use this moment to ask yourself, what am I feeling? Why am I feeling it? And what outcome do I want from this interaction? This practice shifts you from a reactive state to a reflective one, allowing you to respond with clarity and intention. Men notice and appreciate women who can navigate emotional moments with poise. It signals maturity, self-awareness, and strength, all qualities that set you apart. And beyond the romantic dynamic, this mastery of your emotions benefits every aspect of your life. It makes you a better communicator, a more empathetic listener, and someone who's truly in control of her own narrative. Dark Stoic Psychology teaches us that emotions are fleeting. They don't define us unless we let them. By embracing this philosophy, you can handle everything from misunderstandings to life's unexpected twists with grace and confidence. Emotional control doesn't mean you don't feel. It means you feel fully but choose how to express and channel those feelings. As we move forward, the next principle will explore how asking thoughtful questions can deepen your connection and invite meaningful, engaging conversations. It's about going beyond the surface and discovering what truly makes him tick. Let's dive into the art of curiosity. 8. Asking thoughtful questions. The art of asking thoughtful questions is one of the most overlooked yet powerful tools in building meaningful connections. High-value women don't settle for surface-level conversations. Instead, they dive deep, using curiosity as a bridge to truly understand the man they're speaking with. This isn't just about getting him to talk, it's about showing him that you're genuinely interested in who he is, what drives him, and what makes him unique. Men are often unaccustomed to being asked meaningful questions. Many conversations skim the surface, revolving around mundane topics like work or hobbies. High-value women change the game by asking questions that challenge him to think, reflect, and share parts of himself that he doesn't often reveal. This doesn't just make the conversation more engaging, it makes you unforgettable. Imagine this. Instead of the usual, "What do you do for fun?" you ask, "What's something you've always wanted to do but haven't had the chance yet?" This type of question opens the door to a deeper, more intriguing dialogue. It gives him the opportunity to share his aspirations and dreams, while also allowing you to learn more about his character and what truly excites him. Thoughtful questions also signal emotional intelligence. They show that you're not just interested in small talk, but in building a genuine connection. For example, if he mentions a challenge he recently faced, instead of moving on to another topic, you might ask, "What did that experience teach you about yourself?" This not only keeps the conversation flowing, but also demonstrates that you're paying attention and valuing what he shares. But thoughtful questioning isn't just about what you ask, it's also about how you listen. High-value women pair meaningful questions with active listening. When he answers, you don't just nod and move on, you engage. Follow up with curiosity like, "That's fascinating. What inspired you to think that way?" This creates a dynamic where he feels understood and appreciated, which deepens the connection. One of the most powerful effects of asking these kinds of questions is that it allows him to feel seen. In a world where men often feel pressure to put up emotional walls, your curiosity can create a safe space for vulnerability. When he senses that you're genuinely interested in his thoughts and feelings, not just going through the motions, he'll naturally open up more, building trust and intimacy. This approach aligns beautifully with the principles of Dark Stoic Psychology. By focusing on meaningful dialogue, you maintain emotional composure while inviting him into deeper levels of conversation. It's not about probing or prying, it's about creating an environment where he feels comfortable sharing what truly matters to him. Here's another key to thoughtful questioning. Be specific. Instead of broad, vague questions like, "How was your day?" try asking, "What's something that made you smile today?" or what's been the highlight of your week so far. Specific questions guide the conversation into more personal and engaging territory, helping you avoid the trap of generic responses. It's also important to balance curiosity with respect for his boundaries. Not every question needs to be profound or deep. Sometimes a light-hearted inquiry is just as effective. For instance, if you could relive one moment from your past, what would it be? Can lead to an entertaining and meaningful exchange without feeling too heavy. Finally, remember that the tone of your questions matters as much as the content. Ask with warmth and openness, not interrogation. The goal is to spark a conversation, not to put him on the spot. Your genuine interest and positive energy will make even the simplest question feel engaging and welcoming. Mastering the art of thoughtful questions transforms the way you communicate. It elevates your conversations from ordinary to extraordinary, leaving a lasting impression. And as you uncover what truly makes him tick, you'll also find opportunities to connect on a deeper, more authentic level. With this foundation of meaningful dialogue in place, let's move forward to the next principle. Understanding the delicate balance between confidence and humility. This combination is the key to creating an aura that's both powerful and approachable. Stay tuned as we continue this journey. 9. Feminine energy and graceful presence. There's something undeniably captivating about a woman who radiates feminine energy and carries herself with grace. It's not about being overly delicate or submissive. It's about embracing your natural strength and warmth in a way that invites connection and admiration. High-value women understand the subtle power of feminine energy, and they use it to create a presence that is magnetic and unforgettable. But what exactly is feminine energy? At its core, it's about being authentic, open, and emotionally present. It's about leaning into qualities like empathy, warmth, and intuition, which are often undervalued in today's fast-paced, achievement-oriented world. When a woman embodies this energy, she creates an environment of safety and intrigue, a space where a man feels both challenged and comforted. Imagine you're having a conversation with a man. Instead of trying to match his energy or assert dominance, you lean back both physically and emotionally and let your presence speak for itself. You listen with genuine curiosity, respond with thoughtfulness, and allow the conversation to flow naturally. This isn't about holding back, it's about creating a sense of ease and receptivity that makes him feel seen and valued. Graceful presence amplifies this effect. It's the way you move, the way you carry yourself, and the energy you bring into a room. High-value women understand that their demeanor can speak louder than words. Standing tall, moving with intention, and maintaining a relaxed posture all contribute to an air of confidence and approachability. Even something as simple as a warm smile can transform the tone of an interaction, inviting connection and making others feel at ease. Dark Stoic Psychology plays an important role here. While feminine energy is about being open and emotionally attuned, Stoicism teaches you to remain calm and grounded, even in the face of challenges. When these two forces are combined, they create a dynamic balance. You're warm and inviting, yet unshakable and composed. This balance is what men find so intriguing. They're drawn to your openness but also respect your strength. Feminine energy also thrives in moments of stillness and silence. High-value women don't feel the need to fill every pause with chatter or force a connection. Instead, they embrace the quiet moments, letting their presence create a sense of anticipation. This calm, unhurried energy shows that you're confident in yourself and comfortable with allowing the conversation to unfold naturally. One of the most powerful aspects of feminine energy is its ability to create emotional resonance. When you share your thoughts and feelings authentically, without trying to impress or control the narrative, you create space for genuine connection. For example, if he shares something personal, you might respond with, "Thank you for sharing that. I really appreciate your openness." This simple acknowledgement communicates empathy and appreciation, deepening the bond between you. Graceful presence also means knowing how to adapt your energy to the moment. There will be times when playful, light-hearted energy is appropriate, and other times when a more grounded, contemplative presence is needed. High-value women intuitively read the room and adjust their approach, ensuring that their energy complements rather than competes with the dynamic. Finally, remember that feminine energy isn't about perfection, it's about authenticity. It's not about trying to fit a specific mold or follow a rigid set of rules. It's about embracing who you are, with all your strengths and vulnerabilities, and letting that shine through in the way you communicate and connect. When you're fully present and unapologetically yourself, your feminine energy becomes a natural extension of your personality, a force that draws others in effortlessly. As you embody this principle, think about how your energy and presence shape your interactions. Are you leaning into your authenticity? Or are you holding back? Are you creating space for connection? Or are you trying to control the outcome? Reflect on these questions as you continue to refine your understanding of feminine energy and graceful presence. With this balance of warmth and strength, you become the kind of woman who leaves a lasting impression, not because of what you say, but because of how you make others feel. And that, above all, is the essence of feminine power. 10. Ending with grace. Conversations, like all good things, must come to an end. But how you choose to wrap up a dialogue can leave a lasting impression, one that lingers in his mind long after the moment has passed. High-value women understand the art of ending conversations with grace, leaving men intrigued and eager for the next interaction. The key to a graceful exit lies in timing. Many people make the mistake of dragging conversations on too long, trying to keep the connection alive by sheer force of will. But this often has the opposite effect, leading to awkward pauses or a loss of energy. High-value women recognize when the interaction has peaked, when the energy is still vibrant, and choose to leave on that high note. Imagine you're having a wonderful conversation with a man, filled with laughter, shared stories, and genuine connection. As the energy begins to settle, instead of clinging to the moment, you smile warmly and say, "I've really enjoyed this conversation. Let's pick it up again soon." This creates a sense of anticipation, a subtle signal that there's more to discover but not all at once. You're giving him something to look forward to, which deepens his curiosity and interest. Ending with grace also involves leaving a positive emotional footprint. It's not just about saying goodbye, it's about the feeling you leave behind. A genuine compliment or an expression of gratitude can amplify this effect. For example, you might say, "I really appreciated hearing your perspective on that topic. It gave me something to think about." Simple, sincere statements like this make the moment feel complete while leaving a lingering sense of connection. Body language plays a vital role here too. As you prepare to end the conversation, maintain eye contact, offer a warm smile, and let your energy stay light and open. Avoid rushing away or letting the moment feel abrupt. Instead, your exit should feel as effortless and natural as the conversation itself. Even the way you stand or gesture as you say goodbye can add to the impression you leave. Dark Stoic Psychology reminds us of the power of leaving space. Just as pauses in a conversation add depth and intrigue, so too does knowing when to step away gracefully. By not overstaying your welcome, you create a sense of balance and self-assuredness that speaks volumes. Men notice when a woman leaves a conversation on her own terms, with confidence and composure. It signals that she values her time and the connection she's building, but she's not desperate to prolong it unnecessarily. A graceful exit also shows emotional control, a recurring theme: stoicism and high-value interactions. You're not clinging to the moment out of fear that it might not happen again. Instead, you trust the connection you've built and leave with the assurance that if it's meant to continue, it will. This calm confidence leaves him wondering about you in the best way possible, sparking his curiosity and admiration. Finally, ending with grace isn't just about how you make him feel, It's also about how you carry the moment forward for yourself. When you leave a conversation on a high note, you walk away feeling empowered, knowing you've created a meaningful connection without overextending yourself. This sense of balance and self-respect is what truly makes a high-value woman stand out. As you practice the art of graceful exits, remember that the way you end a conversation is as important as how you begin it. It's the final impression, the punctuation mark that ties everything together. When done with care and intention, it leaves the door open for future interactions, making him eager to see you again. And so, with this final principle, you've now mastered the art of how high-value women talk to men. Each of these principles builds upon the last, creating a complete picture of authentic, confident, and intentional communication. Carry them forward into your conversations and watch as your connections transform into something truly extraordinary. You've reached the end of this transformative journey, a guide to mastering how high-value women communicate with men in a way that is authentic, confident, and irresistibly magnetic. Let's take a moment to reflect on the path you've walked through this article. From cultivating confidence without ego, to asking thoughtful questions, mastering emotional control, and ending conversations with grace, every principle has built upon the last to form a complete blueprint for high-value communication. These aren't just tips or tricks, they're timeless practices rooted in authenticity, emotional intelligence, and a deep understanding of human connection. As you begin to embody these principles, remember that the essence of being a high-value woman isn't about perfection, it's about presence. It's about showing up fully as yourself with all the grace, curiosity, and strength that make you unique. It's about understanding your worth and sharing it with the world in a way that inspires others to value you in return. Take this knowledge into your next conversation. Whether it's with someone new or someone you already know, approach it with intention. Let your calm confidence set the tone, your thoughtful words spark connection, and your grace leave a lasting impression. Watch as the dynamics shift, as your relationships deepen, and as the men you interact with come to admire and respect you in ways they've never felt before. But this journey doesn't stop here. Growth is continuous, and every conversation offers a new opportunity to refine your approach and expand your understanding of connection. Embrace the process, knowing that each step you take brings you closer to becoming the woman you've always aspired to be. Now I want to hear from you. Which principle resonated with you the most? Which one will you start practicing today? Share your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. Let's create a community where we can learn from and support one another on this journey to becoming our most confident, high-value selves. If you found this guide helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with someone who could benefit from these insights. Your engagement not only supports this content but also helps spread the message of empowered, authentic communication. Thank you for joining me on this exploration of what it means to be a high-value woman in today's world. Here's to stepping into your power, owning your worth, and creating connections that are meaningful, lasting, and transformative. Until next time, stay confident, stay curious, and always stay true to yourself.